this week, the United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization published its 2019 World Report on the state of food security and nutrition in the world. The report concluded that more than 2 billion people lack access to health food, putting themselves at risk of health problems. More than a quarter of the world population now struggles to eat safe, nutritious, and sufficient food. We need to look beyond hunger, as is stated. If we need to just focus on hunger, we are going to be missing a lot of the growing problem we are seeing. Moderate food security affects people who have had to reduce the quality and quantity of what they eat due to lack of money and other resources. It can lead to obesity as well as stunting, a condition that permanently affects children's mental and physical development, and there are now more obese people in the world than hungry ones. What is the situation on St. Martin? Can the Ministry of Public Health, Social Development, and Labour provide us with the data of the situation in St. Martin? Can the Minister of Tourism, Economic Affairs, Transport and Telecommunication provide us with information about the distribution and availability of affordable health food in St. Martin? In former press conferences, we have highlighted the result of the ECORI report about the increase in food prices since 2010 in this part of the kingdom. St. Martin had the highest increase in food prices of more than 50%. According to this report of the Dutch Ministry of Economic Affairs, this highest increase in the kingdom, the highest increase in the region. Even the Statistic Department of the Ministry of Tayat, in their last price index report of 2017, reported that the food prices had increased to the highest level since the level in 2006 with more than 100%, which means that food prices have more than doubled in the last 10 years on the island. To illustrate that affordable food and nutrition is possible in St. Martin, as Consumer Coalition, we took the initiative for a pilot project which we arranged with agriculture farmers and exporters in the Dominican Republic to provide us with container of fruits, vegetable, and other healthy food for our members and associate organization of the Consumer Coalition. In programs of the radio and television, we will be providing details to this initiative to provide our consumer with affordable health food and nutrition as well with health information. Together with stakeholders in our society, we will provide our members with the opportunity to get checked for free their health condition, to get guidance how they can maintain or improve their health based on their personal health conditions. So the pilot project is scheduled to start at this end of the month and has a duration for 3 months. And I will be given more detail where that is concerned later on during this program and also through the media, other means of communication. However, we would like to pass also on to some of what our consumers are living with on the island, because they can witness on a daily and weekly basis that these temptuous ads in newspaper that so-called gives you a bang for your dollar. But these are not permanent prices. These are just to lure you into the stores so you can get a so-called better deal. But if you look at the ads, 3 of the 4 ads are indirectly and directly the same company but disguised differently. So really the largest companies on St. Martin technically is just one company behind the offshore shoots. So they are the one that controls the food business, the food prices, and manipulating the whole food industry on St. Martin. So customers need to be aware that the best prices you're not going to get, and they're not at your best interest, because the profit is what they gear for, and it's just disguised under three of these four companies are technically the same owners, more or less. We took note also that, initiative were that the Minister of Tiyat also earlier this year made a visit to the Dominican Republic, and that really shows that the issue about the food situation in St. Martin is also on his mind, but we may disagree maybe in their approach pertaining to solving these problems. They were also at the fair, and they saw also that food can be brought in at a way better price to benefit the public of St. Martin. However, what has happened to their initiative? Isn't it delivering, or is it more complicated? We don't know. We are asking for more information from the minister to also, because what we are concerned about is to see that better prices reach the consumers.
GEBE has been faithfully serving the communities of St. Martin, powering your home and our economy. Come rain or shine, our qualified team of professionals are working hard 24 hours a day to provide you and your family with safe, reliable electricity and water. We use the latest technologies and test our products daily to maintain the highest international standards. Our friendly staff is always there to assist you, whether in person, over the phone, or online. We are committed to constantly improving our products and services, making them more efficient, effective, and environmentally friendly to serve you better today and our next generation of clients tomorrow. GEBE, powering a brighter future.
Our friend Megawati is here with tips to save you energy. 1. Turn your airco temperature up. 2. Use a ceiling fan instead. 3. Buy energy-saving products. Save some green with NVGEBE.
It's been said that behind every door, possibility awaits. How much possibility depends on which door you open first. Every day, we help our customers discover the possibilities in their lives. It all starts with a conversation. Scotiabank. Discover what's possible.
I am in Bangkok, Thailand, and the purpose of this is to attend the Education International's 8th World Congress. The 8th World Congress, Day 1 will be on the 22nd of July, which is actually the 21st by you all. That's the opening of Day 1. But there are some meetings and caucuses that are pre-Congress that will take place. So from tomorrow, the 19th of July, I will be going to the conference center and signing in to be part of different meetings and caucuses. For example, one of the caucuses that will be pre to the Congress is the LGBTI caucus. And there is where, discussions will be taking place on, as they deem it, make no assumptions, and support for LGBTI rights with education unions. And basically, I will attend to, get some information on what that is all about. And there will also be the the union training and capacity development on the LGBTI rights across the sector. That would also be there. We also have further and higher education caucus on that. And there will also be one on indigenous people. Within the region of the Caribbean, we have a number of indigenous people that are still around, and there will be a caucus on that. There also will be, as a pre-Congress, there will also be on the Education and Solidarity Network. There's the network that is going to be built based on that. And then one of the main events that I will not miss also is the Women's Caucus. There will be different breakout sessions, but this Women's Caucus and conference is very important to us because it will be dealing with topics like women's leadership and union cultures and structures. Also, how you build the leadership toolkit to practice inclusive leadership. These are all topics. Also, shrinking space of women's rights and the normalization of the hate speech against women's rights and gender equality, the union response to that. So the Women's Caucus is very important because every biennial when Caribbean Union of Teachers have their biennial conference, you also have a women's conference in advance, and all the units, member units, are also encouraged to have a link to the union to have this women's group, so that we can have our input also at that. And when the Congress starts, at the start of the Congress, we will also have, some regional meetings. So the EI regional meeting for North America and the Caribbean is one that I would have to attend for sure. The different regions are split up. And the first day of the Congress, with the opening, etc., we would also see, for example, promoting democracy and human and trade union rights. Those are very important issues, especially first in Martin, how you can promote the human and trade union rights on the teachers. Too often, the lack of knowledge of their rights is what, put people actually to take different and wrong decisions. And basically, what can the union or should the education union do to eradicate all forms of harassment and abuse within the workplace? Those are also some of the breakout sessions that will be up for discussion. Of course, at the Congress, you will have also the voting of a new board for Education International, and there will also be a number of interesting discussions that would be relevant to the teaching profession and the professional teaching standards.
Something that Hey ma, how you doing? You busy?
I hear, just paying some bills, taking care of business, you know what it is?
I know, you're doing your online banking.
I don't have to stand in those long lines to pay bills. I can transfer when I want. I can check my account wherever. It's like the bank open 24/7. I even here checking the statement right now as we're talking. How's Miami?
Well, that's why I'm calling. I'm finishing up a few songs now, but I'm afraid that studio time might be more than I thought. And I was wondering if I could get some help with some funds, and I could pay you back as soon as I get back to St. Martin.
Let me check my account. How much you need?
I think 500 should be enough.
I can transfer it to you while online. Direct from me to you. No problem.
Great. Thank you so much, Ma. I'll get online with Wib now.
Alright, darling. You know who you're for?
I need to know who you're for.
Contact WIB today for your complete personal online banking experience. Available for all mobile devices, the Windward Islands Bank, now your online banking partner.
We are preparing our input for the 2020 government budget to present that to the Council of Ministers and Parliament of St. Martin. The government has a government program, Building a Sustainable St. Martin, and that's for the years 2018 till 2022, which they want to implement by allocating funds in the annual budgets. Hurricane Irma has devastated St. Martin, and with assistance of the World Bank Group, Government of St. Martin issued last year the National Recovery and Resilience Plan. The plan has to be executed in 7 years, from 2018 to 2025. An amount of 2.7 billion US dollars, which equals 4.9 billion Antillean guilders, was estimated for the recovery of St. Martin and to build back better and stronger to resist hurricanes like Irma and Maria in the future. What is needed, in other words, for the recovery and the resilience plan is almost 10 times what was needed in the annual budgets of St. Martin since 10-10-10. Where the CFT and the Kingdom government demand from St. Martin government to have balanced budgets, because the income side of the budget on the annual budget is less than 0.5 billion Antillean guilders, external funds have to be supplemented for the recovery. Will the recovery realize the right to development of the people of St. Martin to an equal level as the right to development realized already by the people of the Netherlands? Here we have for you from this Monday what was published, a big ad from the National Recovery and Resilience Plan Program Bureau. When we analyze the ad, we see that this ad is to inform us about the amount of money allocated for projects of the St. Martin Trust Fund. An amount of 127.7 million US dollars of the St. Martin Trust Fund of 550 million US dollars is now under implementation. What does these figures represent? 127.7 million US dollars, that equals 0.1 billion US dollars. And 0.1 billion US dollars of 2.7 billion US dollars, which was needed for the recovery, is not even 5% of what is needed. And this is implemented in the implementation in 1 year time. With this speed of implementation, not 7 years, but 20 years will be needed to rebuild St. Martin. This, we find, is unacceptable. Under the heading Emergency Recovery Project, you can see there is the amount of $55.2 million that has been allocated for the recovery, the emergency recovery projects. To recover what? To repair 259 homes, 15 shelters, and 2 police stations. Whereas in the National Recovery and Resilience Plan, the estimated amount of housing units to be repaired is 70 to 80% of 19,000 housing units, which is 13,000 to 15,000 homes. So with this home repair speed of 259 homes, 109 social homes repaired, and 150 private homes being repaired, it takes 50 years to repair 13,000 housing units and 58 years to repair the estimated 15,000 homes which were damaged by Hurricane Irma. This is unacceptable. This is a bloody shame, where we know that in the year that Irma struck St. Martin, in the Netherlands, a record amount of 62,000 homes were constructed in 1 year time. It is unacceptable that the Dutch recovery assistance via the World Bank cannot provide us with the 15,000 social homes in 1 year time. It has to take us more than 50 years with the current speed approved by the Trust Fund Steering Committee to get those 15,000 homes.
Last year sometime, he was in Colombia, and he said, "You may just wait for me, I want to be part of the band." So we waited, he came, and we started the band. And he was very strong at the time, he was good. But we witnessed with him his whole travel to today. He would come to the gigs, very good, very good. And at one particular time, his voice started to go. And at that time, he was recording some music. No. He had a song we used to play. And I said, "Nash, we have to record this song." And I made the urgency to record the song. And just after that, his voice left. So he never sung the song again. And he never recovered from the loss of his voice. But we're so privileged that we managed to capture that last strength of his voice, that he had to be able to sing the song. So that was a plus for us. Yeah, everything. Nasha was very funny. Funny, crazy, loving. I mean, you sum it up with so much words. One thing, he never remained mad or vexed with you. No, he never. It happened now and then gone, and he gone on to something else.
And he said, "Mami vieja, You still vex with me? And I had to laugh. As soon as we get up in the morning time, the house is full of laughter because he's saying something funny. And so, but he was wonderful. He was a good son to me. Treated me good. Sometimes when he finished playing music, you know, he knows I like to eat. So he would call me after he finished saying, "What do you want me to bring for you?" I said, "Bring something." He'll bring food. We sit down, we eat. We will laugh together, make all kind of jokes. Say, when he tells me something, and I say, I didn't hear what you say. See, she can't hear what I say. But let a nickel fall. He always had us laughing in the house. But I know that he's in a better place. He suffered a lot. And he was one that, although the pain, holy, you always know when you got a pain, you take a pillow and put it and hug it. Huh? He was not one to cry out or anything like that. We know he had pain. But God knows best. We love him, but God loves him best. I give God all the praise, the honor, and the glory. In Jesus' name, amen.